Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. So I wasn't real sure what to do for a video today, and I thought, we did this. We used this here with the stencils and the yesterday and the embossing powder, and I thought, that came with an embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder. So I want to try a 3D embossing folder with this. Now here's what I'm going to say. Sizzix says that I don't need this one for embossing folders. See, it shows here all these 3Ds and all that stuff by itself. But when Sizzix does embossing folders, Sizzix are thicker than Sizzix embossing folders are thicker than these. So I have to admit I already tried, and it needs this platform with the cutting plate. Even though it says not to have this A plate, it does need it. So that's just it. So anyways, but I want to do something different. I want to put the color on the plate. So what I'm going to do first is take the blue, and I'm going to put the light blue, on the background where you see them little rainbow things. It's a 3D folder, so hopefully, being 3D, it will still turn out all right. Oh. It's hard to tell sometimes what's leaf in the background. Of course, I don't know. Is it my eyes? See, that should be stem right there, and I put blue on it. Okay. So that's about the blue I'm gonna get. Then I need the green for the stem and the leaves. That might be too bright. I hope not. Okay, and then I want to do pink, really. So I'm going to do this light pink. Okay. And I want to add a little bit of more color. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, I guess. I guess that's supposed to be dark pink or orange. I'm not real sure, and I'm just going to kind of tap it. I want it more just on the ridges. This would be nice if this works. I don't know how come nobody else is doing this by the loads, right? Need some paper. Oops, I want to leave room. I am going to spritz my paper. Just so that hopefully it gives a little better. I'm going to put the wet side on this side. And, ooh, look, you can really see that color. Okay, and I'm gonna run it through it now. Hear it working? I just want to make sure that 3D goes through. Now, I'm not sure about other companies' 3D dyes. This is a Crafter Companion, not dyes, embossing folder. But that's too bright. It's not what I wanted. I wanted a softer look. I wanted a more softer blended look. Let me see if I could just run it. Maybe if I just run this paper wet and pick up ink that's already on there, I will get that softer look. See, like that soft look. The first one was just more brighter than I wanted it to be, and then it'll work, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted a soft look and feel to it. So let's have a look. That's better. That's the look I wanted right there. And I love that. It's perfect. Just the way it is. Do I want to bring the stencils in? I don't know. Honestly, I just do not know. if I would want to do that. If I did, I would probably only want to do that with this one. I'm afraid to mess with it. At this point, I'm afraid to mess with it, and I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to leave it just like this and make a card with it, just like that. So second generation is the way to go. For this card, anyways, what I had in mind it is. So now I just want to cut along the line. I'm just gonna do it slowly. I sometimes have trouble getting straight lines, so I'm gonna take my time and just kind of do a little bit at a time and just get up there slowly. See, this one really doesn't even have extra on the top. A little bit, but not really much. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me... There we go. I think, I might have to take more off the top. Just a sliver. And I believe this is good. I'm gonna have to trim it down probably, but this is pretty good. So now we need a card. Well, we need something to mat. And I think what'll look really good is a black and or what about this? Let's see. Glazed chestnut pearlescent card. Do we like that? I do. So, I better get the measurements of this. This does not have inches. This is all centimeters. I must, no, yeah. Here we go. I had it turned the wrong way when I moved it for the heat embossing yesterday. So we have 5 by almost 7, and it is right there. So I am gonna have to trim it some. I want to see how straight. It's not quite straight, but it's close. So, but I do know now I need to trim it down if I'm going to have a border on it. So I need to line that up. Oh, don't like that. I don't know. I don't want to try doing scissors, but I'm afraid this trimmer is just really messing with it. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim along the edge of the design. Looks like I'm gonna have to trim a little bit more off. Just going along the design. That's a pretty good edge on the sides, not so much on the top, but on the sides it is. Now these inks should be water reactive, so that means okay. So now I want this piece to be 5x7, right? And everything that we just cut off there will be this paper. So let me do, I'm gonna say 5. And then I'm going to do 7. And we will now set these two together. Wow, I guess I didn't need to cut so much off. Is this actually 5x7? Uh-huh. 5. Yep. So that kind of worked out kind of perfect. Let me see if I have a 5x7 card in here. Yes, I do, I do, I do. So now, when I go to glue this down, I have to be very sure. I don't like this edge on here. It's not as straight as it should be. I might have done it. All right. To glue this on here, because of it's embossed, I want to put glue down really well on it, because it's not going to want to hold here. See all these empty, you know, indented, that's not going to want to grab onto anything. So I'm going to be real sure and just glue it nicely. Just to make sure there's plenty to hold it on. Oop, I don't want it coming out though. See, some of those spots it's just not really going to work so much, but see, some of these spots are just lifting, and that's because of the embossing on it lifting. That's why we have to make sure we have plenty of glue down, and we need to make sure it stays down. Does anybody else think this is as nice as I do? I just think it turned out so good. I'm surprised. I didn't know. I love the way the flowers are more than anything. I mean, you can always go back over, you know, like you do with embossed stuff. You could take out. That's what I was kind of thinking, was going in with like a gray with the detail stencil. I'm just afraid that it'll mess it up. I guess I could always do it again, but yep, it's nice. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. You know, I've got a sympathy card that needs to go out. So maybe this will be good for that. We could put some ribbon down here. Oh, that might be really nice. Okay, hold on. Okay, this seems to be the bag I want. I don't know. But I picked it up and look, it's got the pinks. It's got a peach that'll probably look good. There's a white. And then over here we got greens. And I thought, well, let me grab this bag and we will look and see if we can find something in here that's gonna work. Oh man, I like that peach in there. I like that pink on there too. Let's see. Well, there seems like a lot of pink, so I don't think the pink is a crafter's companion ribbon, but look, I like that. Okay. I think that will work. That's pretty see-through though. I don't know. A peach. And we've got the green. A green might be just a little too bright. Okay, I thought that was the right one, but maybe not. Need that in a smaller ribbon. Maybe this one. But if I do this one, it's not going to be enough for a bow. I don't think. I don't like those creases. I dislike those creases so bad. This is a see-through ribbon. There you call it, ribbon. Well, I don't know. That's kind of perfect, but that's too small. I think it's time to bring this back. And just stick it down this way. Yep, okay. So normally I don't use the tape on things, but I just want to get it down until I glue the whole thing down, right? Then I can worry about it. I gotta get it straight. And that looks pretty straight to me. So now I want a bow. And for me, the easiest way to do a bow is the rabbit in the hole, right? Just doesn't want to work for me today. The rabbit in the hole. You put the rabbit around, stick it in the hole, and bring it through. There's your rabbit in the hole. The two little ears or whatever it was. You want to hear a funny shoe story? I don't know. I might have already said. I might have already told the story of my kids. I spent, like we all do, a good amount of time teaching them to tie their shoes. And then they came out with Velcro shoes, and all the right shoes that the kids were wearing were made with Velcro. I don't know why, but this ribbon, this bow just doesn't look right to me. Well, so I taught my kids to tie their shoes, and you know, it's never easy. It's a frustrating thing to teach them. And then I got them the Velcro. Now then, the time came and they had to have certain shoes for their sports or whatever. And what do you suppose happens now? Now, they can't remember how to tie their shoes anymore. So, I had to teach them all over again how to tie their shoes. And my oldest son, years and years later, says, "Mom, do you remember when?" He says, "I'll never forget it. You told me you would never buy me Velcro shoes again." And it was just so frustrating. You know what I'm going to put? Some 3D glue on this. Let's see if this is still wet. I hope so. Come on. There we go. We got a gob. Okay. What a pretty card. I hope y'all agree. I gotta fix this bow a little bit, but you can tweak it on the card sometimes. It's easier that way. So there we go. What a pretty card. And I'm just going to get a sentiment. And I think it'll probably go across the top. But yes, I think it turned out very, very pretty. All right. I'm going to be using that idea again. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you like my video. Thank you. Bye-bye now.